I felt everything inside me lurch when she said it. My mother's voice slipped through the hum of clinking glasses and soft music like a cold blade, sharp and deliberate. "We're giving the car his parents bought you to your sister," she announced, wearing that polished smile she used whenever she planned to hurt me while pretending to be gracious. My sister's laugh rang out, high, brittle, almost triumphant. "Relax," she said, flicking her manicured fingers as if brushing dust from the air. "It's only a car." No one looked directly at me. Guests found sudden fascination in the chandeliers, the floral arches, the polished marble floor. Everywhere except the bride, who stood frozen in her own celebration. But Daniel, my groom, he didn't look away. He stared at my family with a calm so still it terrified me. It was the kind of calm that appears seconds before a match hits gasoline. He lifted his glass and said softly, "Is that so?" That was when something inside me went silent and cold. Because I realized this moment wasn't the beginning of anything. It was the ending. The reveal. The reckoning. I met Daniel 3 years earlier. Back when I still clung to the hopeful belief that loyalty was earned by being kind, patient. The good daughter who didn't push back and always gave more than she received. He admired me for that softness. Said I had a quiet resilience. He loved me in the tender, attentive ways my family never did. I thought love would protect me. But I hadn't yet learned how betrayal grows easiest among people who share your blood. It began subtly, careless comments, tense pauses in my mother's voice, and a text I glimpsed on my sister's phone before she hurriedly deleted it. Get her to sign it before she figures it out. Figure out what? The car, the house, the inheritance, even my wedding. My family had always been transactional, but dragging my marriage into their greed? That was new and brutal. Then I found the folder in my mother's desk. A transfer form with my signature clumsily forged. Their plan wasn't just to take the car Daniel's parents had gifted us as a symbol of welcome. They wanted to embarrass me publicly. Humiliate me before I even cut my wedding cake. That was when I understood I wasn't a daughter to them. I was leverage. An asset. And they assumed I would be compliant, silent, grateful for scraps. They didn't know me at all. I didn't confront them. I learned from them. Masks hide daggers. Silence sharpens strategy. Timing is everything. So I planned. Not just a wedding. A reveal. I collected proof. Screenshots, voicemails, documents, the forged form. I told Daniel everything. Not as a broken bride. But as someone preparing to reclaim her dignity. His family, quiet old money, knew how to move mountains without raising their voices. They didn't argue with betrayal. They rearranged it. Together, we set everything in motion weeks before the wedding, while my mother chattered about centerpiece choices and my sister practiced posing for pictures she thought would glorify her. They never saw it coming. Back to the wedding. The moment my mother staged her little announcement, her attempt at a public power play, I simply breathed. Slow. Steady. Ready. Daniel glanced at me, our silent cue. He placed his glass down and spoke loudly enough for the entire hall to fall still. "Interesting you brought up the car." My mother stiffened. Confusion flickered over her face like she'd been splashed with cold water. Daniel withdrew a folded document from his jacket. "The car and all associated assets were legally placed in my wife's name this morning," he said. "Exclusively." A ripple of murmur spread across the room. My sister scoffed. "So what?" "That's it." Her voice shook. Daniel nodded toward me. "No. Not quite." I stepped forward, pulled a small recorder from my bouquet, and pressed play. The room filled with my mother's voice, my sister's voice. Their plotting, their laughter, their plans to forge my signature and drain me dry. Confident I'd be too timid to resist. This time everyone looked at me. And then at them. Color drained from my sister's face. My mother's smile collapsed entirely. Whispers surged like a rising tide. Guests backing away from them. Relatives staring wide-eyed. My father's expression flat with embarrassment rather than denial. Daniel's mother stepped forward, poised and icy. "This wedding will continue," she said. "But not with thieves pretending to be family." 2 uniformed security staff walked toward my mother and sister. Not to arrest them, but to escort them out under the weight of everyone's judgment. The same humiliation they'd prepared for me became their own. People sometimes ask if I regret it, if exposing them was too harsh. But that day taught me something clear and irreversible. Some betrayals deserve tears. There's earned consequences. And when the doors closed behind them and the music began again, the world felt lighter. For the first time in my life, standing beside the man who chose me, defended me, and believed in me, I felt something unfamiliar in their absence. Freedom.